So, apparently, we are still confused about the difference between a magazine and a clip. Now, although used interchangeably by some reporting, they are certainly not interchangeable. So, this is a magazine, a rifle magazine. This is a pistol magazine, sometimes also referred to as a box magazine. That's because the ammunition is inside the magazine, or inside the box. This particular one happens to have an indicator to let you know how many rounds are left in it. Some rifle magazines also do the same thing. This one here happens to have a window with an indicator here along the edge that lets you know how many rounds are left. This is a standard rifle 30-round magazine. Now, a clip is exactly that. For a box magazine, the ammunition is stored inside the box. The clip is similar to a binder clip, right? So think about a binder clip. What do we use those for? You put whatever in it to hold stuff together. A ream of paper, for example. The clip does the same thing. You can see it's not inside the clip. It's simply being held together. The stack of ammunition is being held together by a clip at the base, about halfway up on the ammunition. So this is a clip versus a box magazine. Now, you may want to use them interchangeably, but you cannot. Here is your standard AR-15. Nothing special about it. You put the magazine inside the magazine well, lock it up in there, charge it, go to semi, and you start firing. Okay? You cannot take a magazine and put it inside a firearm meant for a clip. You can if you want to ruin your World War II era rifle or your magazine. I'm sure you could jam it in there, but guess what? It ain't going to work. Vice versa, you cannot take a clip and put it into the magazine well meant for a box magazine and expect it to work. Doesn't work that way. So, next thing, I want to talk about how powerful an AR-15 is. So, this is a 223, sometimes also referred to as a 5.56 millimeter round. That is the standard basic round of an AR-15. Now, you can get different calibers, but they're not called AR-15s, they're called something else. AR-22, what do you think that might hold? An AR-10 holds a .308 round. Completely different. But that is the standard one, that's the big bad one that everybody's scared of. This is a 30-06. It's a very common hunting round, even today. Find it all over the country. Readily available from big box stores to your local gun shop. Right? Everywhere. We're worried about this guy. Really? So, before we start talking about the high-power of an AR-15, understand that there's different ammunition out there for different rifles of different sizes. Some are certainly scarier to get hit with than a 5.56. Will both of them hurt? Absolutely. If they hit the right place, will they end your life? Absolutely. A bullet is a bullet. Either way, both of these things are coming down at you at over 2,000 feet per second. That's a lot of speed that's going to hit you. So it doesn't matter what caliber it is. This is an M1. World War II era, used through the Korean War and early on in Vietnam. This is the precursor. This is what was issued before the M16. Well, you had this, the M14, which is a box-fed magazine version. It has the same action, but it's a step up from this, to the modern-day AR-15 or M16. This may be World War II era, but it's still a rifle. When you pull a trigger, a bullet still comes out the business end. It doesn't matter if it's this or if it's this. The difference between this and this probably was about 10 pounds more. If you get hit with either one of them, do you really think it matters? And just like the box magazine, this has to be inserted, and you still have to slide the bolt forward. World War II, modern day. The only thing that changed the rate of fire between these two isn't a bump fire stock, isn't some fancy trigger group, not a drop-in trigger. Both of these are triggers as they came. The only thing that changed the rate of fire was a booger hook. That's it. What else can you say? Stay safe.